Hello, everybody. Good morning. So I'm Priya Prakesh from Design for Social Change. Lots of familiar faces here. And first of all, Design for Social Change is not a charity. It's a social impact business, and it's for good because I do believe you can profit and do good at the same time. So why am I talking today about, what wicked problem are you going to solve? And I think it's really interesting because I think we're living in, very strange times. And if you go around, you could make an app on anything. You can make a fart app. Who cares? But I think it's really interesting for taking up something that you see that is happening around you in the world today. And this is not just, something small. This is like going on everywhere. I was in Istanbul 2 weeks ago, and it was just a small thing. People might think, why are people bothered about the square? And, people are cutting down trees. Why are people coming together and actually kind of thinking this is a groundswell, something needs to change here? Because people are tired. The status quo is broken. And you, as students, can really make a difference and have fun doing that. So things like this, the village incident that happened as well. This is happening on our streets. Today, the street is where the whole system is being played out. So you come out of here and walk down the street, you'll see so many things. So what do you do with those issues that you actually kind of, look with your own eyes? What are you going to do about it? And that's why I started Design for Social Change and Changify. I'm an avid cyclist, and I was, trying to solve the potholes outside my street. And what I realized is you can keep designing mobile phone apps and operating systems, but if you can't even make a small change as an ordinary person outside your street with all the skills you have, it's no good. And you've got to make this really easy for everybody else as well. So what we're suggesting is, first of all, let's talk about what is a wicked problem. A wicked problem is not because it's evil. A wicked problem is because it's challenging. It's because you really need to try hard to change people's mindsets and behaviors. There are so many issues, right? People can talk about youth unemployment, climate change, but how do you actually start? Even taking this problem step by step. Think of it like an onion. An onion has got multiple layers. Similar with these wicked problems, it's not that you as a single person cannot make a change. You take an issue, and you kind of start peeling it slowly and try to get the heart of it. And try and see how that issue affects you and people around you in your immediate neighborhood or in your family, in your friend circle. So if you feel like you can't do something, start from your own backyard. So here's some tips. There's a great book by somebody called Victor Papanek. He wrote this in 1972 called Design for the Real World. And I don't know how many of you plan to take up design as a profession. I've been a designer for several years. And this book was a good eye-opener, especially when I started thinking about, now how can we with designers, with our skills, actually start making a difference? And yesterday, Apple announced yet a new operating system, upgrade for it. And, Victor Papanek talked about, designers actually can be evil because they keep making useless products. How many times have you upgraded yet another phone? And you just feel it's pointless. So this is where I would love you guys to kind of take up an issue which is something close to your heart, and take it step by step, just like peeling an onion, and try it in your own backyard. So this is a humble attempt as a checklist. The first thing that you need to do is basically observe. Observation is easier said than done. You're sitting in the bus stop, you're waiting for the bus, you see people standing in the queue. What is going on? It's about having curiosity. Look around. Don't just accept things that you read in the paper or listen to the news. Actually see with your eyes, what is it that's going on? So, second thing you can do is actually locate where this problem is. So if you kind of think about an issue like, climate change, big topic, right? How does climate change actually manifest itself starting from your own home? All the stuff that you use, what's happening in your school, start kind of locating the big topic issues and pinpoint it where exactly in your own environment these topics are residing. Identifying core issues. I'll come to this step by step. So first of all, observing. How can you actually enjoy observing something with friends? So you all are studying together. You might be walking to school. Why don't you organize a neighborhood walk? Take your friends, go for a walk in the park or around your streets, and actually kind of, take a concerted effort to see what exactly is going on. Use your phone, you've got a camera on your phone, start taking photos of things that you notice. This is really useful because sometimes many things are right under our nose, just when you're walking down the street. Once you've done that, take a map, You can take it from Google Maps, take a giant printout, in A to Z, and start kind of putting post-it notes or, get your friends around and start asking them what kind of issues they've noticed. What we want to do is create a mental model of the space, the problem space that you have noticed around you, and have that in front, which other people can also see. And this is a really good activity, and everything doesn't have to be a problem. Sometimes you might see some good things as well, and you want to celebrate that. You might want to share those things. So definitely do this exercise and have it in front of you. Once you've done that, you want to identify what are the kind of top of the pops, right? Everybody has a bee in their bonnet. So when you take a particular topic, you've got your post-it notes, start doing a little vote. What are people really saying is a quite a critical issue in your street, neighborhood, or school? Once you've done that, you can just pretty much create a set of emotions, a smiley face, a really funny person, really enjoying themselves right on top of this index, and the bottom, somebody really, really sad and disappointed. Start mapping those votes and issues just against this. This kind of gives you a kind of emotional barometer of the world around you, and also helps other people who might have different points of view from you to kind of have that conversation. Now, why are we doing all of this with a bunch of people? You can't solve these things in the world alone by yourself. You need a group of people to come together and help you to actually solve this issue. That's why you go for a walk together with your friends. You do this along with your friends or your schoolmates, and you get other people to join the conversation. This is extremely important when you're trying to solve wicked problems, because it's very hard to do this alone just by yourself. Engaging. Speaking to people. I remember when I was probably several years ago, probably when I was 12, 13, I used to be quite a shy person. I used to get petrified to go and speak to strangers, thinking, oh my God, what is this person going to think about me? But actually, if you just think about it, having a conversation, doing an interview should not necessarily have to be so scary. It's going in, introducing yourself, being interested in what the other person is doing. So once you're interested in the other person, it becomes easier for you to actually conduct a short interview. So this is how, think about it like a journalist. Asking the questions where people always are going to give you more information about the 5 whys. Why is this happening? How is your business doing? Why is this actually a problem for you? So keep asking like Sherlock Holmes, the why question. And people will give you a lot of information. So once you've identified those 3 hot potatoes or those top-of-the-pop issues, identify the people in your neighborhood who might have some more information about that, whether it's a shopkeeper, it's somebody this different as a taxi driver, who knows? And have these interviews. These are extremely useful. Also engaging with people in farmers' markets. There's running a stall for some time, getting other people to contribute. Having a physical location and say, oh, this person's actually doing a project in the neighborhood. Getting them there is also quite a useful task. And finally, collecting data. So this is actually a photo from, I was just last weekend at the Haygate Estate in Elephant Castle. There's a huge regeneration project going on. And it's fascinating. And people might think, oh gosh, this is a done deal, right? The whole planning permission has been given. Nothing is actually possible. But it was eye-opening being there, speaking to the old residents, meeting some of the neighborhood forum people. And there were all these little banners put on every tree that's going to be cut, because it's one of the oldest urban forests, which is actually 300 plus trees are going to be cut in Zone 1 in London. And you might think, okay, this is done by taking a photo and sharing that on Flickr or on Facebook and on Twitter, you start raising awareness. And this is extremely important as the first step as a journalist is, taking a good photo which can say 1,000 words and sharing that on social media can really help other people who are not in your immediate neighborhood to join you as well. And once you've done it, we created something called Changify. I'm not trying to promote my platform here, but this is on your phone. You don't have to download an app. Just go to changify.org, take a photo, you can report it on that and try it and give us some feedback as well. But this is the first thing, is you want to start galvanizing people using social media if they agree or disagree and if they think that's an issue as well. And once you get that support from the neighborhood, from the people around you, you can start creating a project. Now, you may think, oh gosh, climate change probably costs a couple of million. No. Having people support and then trying to go on the platform and then getting a project going, you'll start seeing that people actually volunteer. They'll come and give their skills. There's a lot of people who actually want to help you to do good stuff in their own neighborhood. So tap on those people. So here's a short video. And basically, this is an attempt by a couple of people who went in Camberwell Green, in my neighborhood, to go on a walk and help the businesses.
Danish, Polish as well. Everything, basically. Let's promote it.
Let's take it to the people.
We need a stall on the farmers market which is available to local businesses to use on a rotational basis, no more than about twice a year each, so they can promote their cuisine.
Each week we'll have a different country, and the restaurants from the local area that offer food from that origin will come together and offer free samples on that week. So hopefully then people will be drawn into their restaurants.
Flavors.
So that was just a very short video of showing people coming together on a walk in Camberwell, figuring out that the local businesses, which had lots of different, coming from different communities, people didn't want to go there and actually eat in, say, a specific Nigerian restaurant. So they're helping the businesses to improve their menus and came up with this idea of Camberwell flavors. But there are so many other projects like this that you can actually kind of take up in your own neighborhood and look at a wicked problem and start attempting to peel each of those onion layers and give it a go with your friends. Thank you.